Welcome to the VTC series on learning Vue 8.5 Extreme. I'm sure you're looking at this going, why should I bother to work with this series instead of another one? Fair question. I'm assuming either you're a professional picking up this software on deadline, or you're a student that's putting together something for a project, or you're, I'll say, a more advanced type of hobbyist that just loves working with these type of applications. And so you're wondering, well, why should I spend some time, which is usually worth more than money, in fact, on learning the series? Let me give you 3 reasons why this is a great series that you can compare to others. Real-world applications is the first one. If you followed Vue at all, you know that it is used by Hollywood quite extensively for environmental creation. You've seen it in movies like Avatar, Terminator Salvation, Benjamin Button, Indiana Jones, and the list goes on. It's fantastic at what it does. So I try to show applications where it's used the most in the professional markets. One of the big real-world realities is that you probably need to learn this fast, especially if you're professional on deadlines. So I'm putting this together in context. You get to learn the tools in context of doing real things that you would normally do. Another little tidbit that I've got is I create introductions for each of the sections. You know, the sections themselves they cover some of the basic, but some of the more advanced features of Vue. But in my introductions, I give a super brief synopsis about what we'll actually be learning, so you can kind of read between the lines of the outline items that are in the movies. I'm not just showing you tools and saying, well, you want to do this, here's the tool. I say, here's when you use the tool, here's why you would use the tool, or here's why you wouldn't use this tool, and give you some real types of access to good knowledge like that. The second reason you might want to consider going through this series is that since Vue is such an extraordinary environment and landscape creating software, I show you how to get the most out of and start introducing you into the best feature Vue has. That is ecosystems. Ecosystems is a digital way to populate your scenes either under complete randomness or with a high level of structure to add plants, buildings, rocks, whatever you want to add to your plant. So what I've got showing here is a little scene that I put together because I was actually traveling through Utah a while back, and they've got these outrageous landscapes in there. I thought, well, let me try to reproduce one of those in Vue. Here's how ecosystems is used in this image, and here's the types of things that I teach you in this series. We have got plants that are randomly distributed, and there's a randomization function in Vue. Yay. However, if you actually take a look at it, there is still a level of perceptibility of pattern generation. And that's because of the polygon structure of the objects underneath. Well, I show you how to cheat that and get around that with some of the tools. There's other little things. The ecosystem can be hand painted. For example, these spalled rocks, these rocks that come off and break apart as everything weathers. Now, you can paint all this stuff by hand with an ecosystem paintbrush, and that's well and good, and it's fast, and it's a great way to work on custom landscapes really close to a camera. However, the most powerful way to use ecosystems is to actually build global materials out of them that you can reuse over and over again, ensuring consistency inside of the ecosystem's experience. So, if I create a new terrainscape like this, the actual mesas are one shader set or material I can simply reapply. So all the plants automatically populate. They automatically respect the different levels that are in this and slopes that are on the object itself. These falling rocks, they get large up at the top and they get smaller as they come down and spread out with small rocks in the bottom. There's all sorts of things that you can control with rule sets, and that is what I show. So we also see things like this. You know, telling Vue that I only want plants to occur on certain slopes and just items like that, and how you mix up some of these features. That's the second reason to go through this series. It's a real solid introduction to the Vue ecosystems. We go through ecosystems actually 3 times in this series. 1 is a basic introduction. 2 is a material section where we build out a more specific complex material both for ground materials and populating with ecosystems. And finally, there's a separate section on advanced ecosystem creation. So you'll get some mileage out of that. We also compare functions, which is a node-based controlling system for anything in Vue, but I show you how to get the most out of that working with ecosystems as well. The third and final reason you might want to sit through this series is that it's pro to pro. I'm assuming, again, that you're probably a pro picking this up on deadline. I personally use this professionally, mostly for television production and print corporate types of environments where I'm doing animations for oil companies and things like that where you need to have outdoor things. I've done work for the History Channel, and so the tips and tricks I show you are based on shaving time off renders, shaving time off of content development. I'm not going to teach you 3D, but I'm revealing how Vue works inside of a working environment. I'm a regular contributor to 3D World Magazine, to 3D Artist Magazine, Microfilmmaker Magazine, because I do this stuff for real. And that's something that might be of benefit. When this series is done, are you going to be a Vue master expert? No. But you're going to have a pretty good running start at jumping in with this program and making things happen. If you like some master class type of things, some really advanced productions, you can always check out my personal website where I support this software. If you have questions, email me. I try to respond to every email that comes in and help you troubleshoot issues you've got. You can go to ultimatevuetutorials.com. Check out some more advanced tutorials. I've got some downloadable content there so you can examine some things. But I do support this series, and I guess that would be the fourth reason. I don't walk away from this and say, have a nice day. You have some issues, get in touch with me. Sometimes there's little things that pop up, and I learn from questions I get from users. So with that said, go ahead and hop into the series, go through the first introductory movies. I think you're going to like what you see.